Right, it's time for Showbiz, and Miss G has joined me. Hello, Miss G.
Hello, Israel. So, you know how we've been talking about where Ghana eats Ghana, everything Ghana,
Yeah.
and our new minister, Madame Barbara Otinjesi, has also waded into that talk. She's saying that now we need to promote our textiles. And when we do promote it, the international community will buy into it, and they also begin to buy from us.
Yeah.
So she was at the Accra Fashion Week.
Ghana initiative is a very important initiative because it promotes our textiles and it supports the textiles industry. The textiles industry is a very important industry for the country because it generates jobs and it generates revenue as well for the country. And when we support our textiles, it also gets support from the international community. Once we are all wearing Ghana, we get the international community also getting interested in our fabrics, and it promotes our textiles industry in the international arena as well as our fashion. So I think, Wear Ghana is a huge campaign for us, and we really need to push it and support it so that we can sell our textiles across the continent and internationally.
True.
Okay, so also in the news today is something that happened at the Film Music Awards. Now, we hear that, well, Ina Maria Party doesn't want us to describe it as a scuffle, but you know how when you're invited for such programs, there are seats designated to certain personalities, yes, and all that. So it looks like Ina and her Miss Ghana team took a seat that was not theirs, or took seats that was not theirs, and then the one who was in charge of coordination had an issue with Ina. So she tries to narrate because the issue she actually reported to the police.
I had turned like this, I was chatting with COP, and then within 10 minutes, I had someone, shouting, get it and come here, as though lifting the chair, yes, of the Queen. How degrading and how disrespectful. So I turned and I said, calm down and let's talk about it. Then she was still at it, and she says, then she just goes and says, you in a party, who do you think you are? I know you, I've worked with you before, why are you filming me? I'm going to smash your phone. And she started pointing at me, like as though she was going to prick my eye. So I said, that's very rude. So I caught some of it, by the way, in my video. I said, that's very rude, you don't do that. And then she says, who do you think you are? You went to school in London and you think you're a bush girl, and it was like a personal attack, more or less. Then she says, then the next thing I know, she hit the back of my head and says, I'm going to fight you. And I said, with an officer at this table? Oh, she went on and on. So I just got up quietly. Like I said, I don't know how to fight. And I find it, look at how elegant, like I said, I'm a lady. I went to the police station, reported it. We came to invite her. She was a very reluctant. She said, what did I do to you? And he says, no, I was there. You hit her. You even said you will fight her. So this is a display of someone who has this vendetta. I don't know what it is. Why? Because who knows? People out there are busy insulting you and tarnishing you and saying, some people might think it's true. And one mad person will say, okay, today you're here, I'm going to deal with it. No, I'm sorry. And that's how bad it is, and that's why I decided to take these things up legally. At some point when my head was banging and my neck, I actually saw a chiropractor yesterday, and I had a session, yes, with like a medical massage as well.
So Ina thinks that it's because people have spoken ill about her, yeah, and her brand, and so people are trying to assault her now, so she would press charges. And we tried to reach out to Sally for her side of the story, but she says she's not interested in commenting. Okay,
but clearly she took a seat, or the...
That wasn't for her. Yes, she admitted that she took seats that were designated to other people who were not around or were not available at the, yeah, time of the event. Also, at the Film Music Awards, there was a beautiful entry by Chateau Le, and Davido thinks that entry was stolen from him, so he also has responded. So let's see the entry by Chateau Le. Then we'll go to see Davido's entry at the O2 Arena.
Everybody in the place, let me hear you. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, make some noise! What up, Ghana? Yes, everybody,
All right, so that's Davido's, Chateau Le's entry at the 3 Music Awards. So here's what Davido did when he was at O2 Arena. Okay, so we think that Davido feels that this concept was stolen from him, even though people are saying he's not the first to have done this. That's what he posted on his Insta story. So he says, Shatta, I love you, but, you know, and he shows this. So it begins to look like, look, you stole this, you know. You stole it from me.
Yeah, it's all good. I mean, the fact that he did it doesn't mean nobody else should do it.
Well, maybe he thinks that, look, he should have been innovative enough to do something different, totally different from...
Well, he did it in the O2 Arena. We're doing it here in Accra.
At Fantasy Dome, so it doesn't make any difference anyway. So that's about that. But do you know the newest, biggest thing in town? In fact, he compares himself to the President of the Republic and decides when he wants to speak to the press and when he doesn't want to.
So who's that?
Let's see him.
Busy in the building.
Friday, I member network.
Busy in the building, Charlie. It is Charlie. How can be chain? How was your trip?
Listen, I'm in a good word. I'm in a good mood. In saying Friday. Friday, me wow.
Now one. Then they see. I'll catch a. Then they see. No fans, but don't. Then they see. Then they see what inside on Mama mood as a son. Busy. Then they see busy. Then they see. Charlie media house.
We go talk. What the Friday?
Then they see.
Inti sabe ekufado na we dwala anka monti ase.
Ye better don't better see.
Yeah, me ko so me feel it because
you want to
the match ase be din komo.
No.
Okay, so what he actually said was Ekufado we line and Chamuntasi. So if it had been the Ekufado who wasn't
in a good mood,
good mood, you wouldn't understand.
Yeah, he says this year the major line. So, mommy, fly day.
But wait, you're lying. I mean, what may have gotten him to?
So, that's what everybody's been asking. So, people are presuming that, you know, Patapa, when he was outside the country, when he was learning to prepare Wache, actually talked about going to Norway to have a concert. Then we see visuals of he performing to 3 people. And I hear when he got to the airport, people were mocking him. So here's the video of his performance. I think it's a private party, not a concert, I think.
Okay, so what I think happened there was maybe he was rehearsing,
and he's back in town already. So when is he due for the concert?
Maybe he's done the concert already. I mean, you said you haven't seen the video.
People, this is a performance. This is the video online of his performance. Oh, I see. Yeah, but people are also saying that it could have been that, you know, look, the organizer of the show couldn't have made anything, so they didn't pay him. So I'm sure that's what got him really offended, and that's why he doesn't want to speak to the press. But tomorrow, next is Friday. I'm sure by then we would have heard what exactly and the issues concerning his girlfriend and his new white lady teaching him how to prepare Wache, and how, you know, now he can prepare Wache for us.
There's a lot to look forward to.
But this is a concept, you know, exactly, this is a concert he needs to really talk about, whether it was a private party or a rehearsal like he was saying. But, you know, wage your line for this. For now, wage your line.
All right, thank you very much, Ms. G.
Thank you.